What's up, y'all? It's KD, not to be confused with Kai Cenat or Kevin Durant. It's KD, K-I-Y-D. Tired of YouTube showing Kai Cenat. You search my name. That's okay. I'm gonna have a bigger name eventually. But this is my original character on screen. His name is HEROECK. As you guys can see, there are two different drawings of his face and his neck and his hair. This is his mask because he's a superhero. He's heroic, but it's spelled H-E-R-O-E-C-K. You know, and I looked it up to make sure no one else has ever used it. That's a really good thing you should do if you're coming up with a new idea. Look it up and see if it already exists. And basically, his powers are like if you were to shoot him, cut him up, blow him up, you can't kill him. The only way to actually put an end to HEROECK is if you were to destroy every single atom. And usually that is not possible in most circumstances. And I do have him to be a more Christian value kind of character. He's not like just shoving it in your face or trying to convert you all the time, but his values are Christian. Like, he originally appeared in a comic that I made about like 2 years ago one night. It's in black and white. It was on paper. The comic is like very like poorly drawn, and that's honestly on purpose. I was just speeding through it, messing around. And when I was a kid, I wanted to make video games, but I ended up stopping that aspiration because I wanted to be able to do everything myself. I wanted to be an indie game dev, but I just don't know how to code, and I don't want to learn how to code because it's just not fun for me. So if you do know how to code video games, do hit me up. But I'm deciding I want to be a video game designer, creative director, concept artist, all of that. And I will be putting together portfolios to send to companies when I turn 18 to see if I can get any job with those kind of, tasks with drawing and stuff. And so basically, HEROECK, I'm turning it into a video game idea, more like a pitch. I have a title screen out already. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. And so basically with this drawing, I used this sort of deal. What pen is this? This is dynamic. Yeah, it's a dynamic pen I used, pretty sure at least. And as for the coloring, I use this fill tool that goes like that, and I used pencil to color it, which you can only imagine that kind of wasn't that good. But over here I used airbrush with the dynamic pen as the line art. This is completely irrelevant to the idea, but I decided to do that. It's like a sketch. Here is HEROECK again, except this is still airbrush. Yeah, this is still an airbrush, I think. This is more like I'm pretty sure these are watercolors now. Yeah. Well, anyways, here is a isometric view of kind of like a city. If it were to be a game, I'm deciding on what kind of like view it would be and what kind of gameplay it would be. And I think isometric would work pretty well, or just something that's overhead in general. Think of Marvel Ultimate Alliance or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate, which is on the Switch. It's now on the PS5. Will be on the Xbox in maybe, I guess, this month. But that is a battle sprite idea for how he would look. And here's another battle sprite idea for him facing to the right, just pointing at his diamond symbol. And that was just like a really rough drawing of him. I wasn't even trying, really. Here is how he would look unmasked. At least this is like an idea. The note is I want to make his hair more poofy / thick. This isn't really more poofy. This is just more like, square-like. But I do want to do that more and more because he is a light-skinned black person, not a white guy or anything like that. So I want to make his hair be more, I guess, thick or coily, whatever kind of texture that I think would better fit him. But his eye color and his hair color is his natural color, but it is the result of a genetic mutation because he's an experiment basically. He was raised by a nun. Need to draw her. here is his villain. Her name is Villain, but it's spelled Vylyn. This is her unmasked. I am not going with this design though. This design you will not see in the finalized version. But yeah, I will redesign her. She will have more unmasked concepts. And her suit is, or at least the original design is green. She originally had pinkish hair too, but I scrapped that for a more natural looking hair color. I know that his hair color isn't really that natural either, but like I said, he's a result of a mutation. And she also has powers. They're just not as advanced as his, but she is a better combatant. She's better at hand-to-hand combat, but really her real specialty is weapons. She's good with using the bow staff, swords, nunchucks, 3-section staff, bows and arrows, guns, all of that. But yeah, she will be redesigned. Here is Heroic Unmasked concept number 2. He has his more iconic looking eyes, where like one is squinted and the other one is really big, and his hair is a little different. Yeah, originally Heroic, I was going to turn it into a real deal comic with a continuing story. I was going to put it on Global Comics, and I was about like halfway through with drawing and coloring it, the first issue, which was just an adaptation of the original comic on paper. And then I realized, I was like, oh, I don't even really read comics. I don't even really like reading comics. They're cool. Comics are very cool. That's where a lot of cool stuff comes from that I like. But I don't think that was something I wanted to actually do for a career. This over here is irrelevant. I'm just messing around with blue pencil and more watercolors. Just trying to mess around with my art style. Find it again. This is also irrelevant. This, I just... midway I was like, you know what, I'll turn this to how maybe like a criminal or thug, just a regular enemy NPC that you would fight on the street. So that's an idea. And here's another one. Dude with a do-rag, and he's supposed to have like flame tattoos, but I didn't make it black, so it didn't really turn out good. And his hair is supposed to be kind of like a I guess mohawk. It could be whatever, really, I don't know. And then I was just messing around with this as well, with the fill tool. But that is all I have so far as Heroic, the game idea, the character, introducing you to the lore a little. There will be more videos to come. Depending on how long you've been around, you may know of the Anime Kid. I did that when I was really younger. My voice was really high pitched. Well, I'm back doing stuff like that again, I guess. But now I need to actually lock in on it, because this is actually what I like to do. So, yeah, do stick around. We're only going up from here. I have quite a few video ideas where I'll be just doing commentary while there's a speed paint in the background. So do expect those to come soon. And yeah, don't think I will be using this drawing app much longer. It's called Concepts. It's used professionally by like HP, Nike, Sony, stuff like that, but it's just laggy, and also the brushes suck unless you want to go pro or spend like $2 just for pencils and pens. I don't have time for all of that. Like, yeah. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I really appreciate you getting this far, and just stay tuned for the next video, the next videos, and for the rest of this channel, really, because I'm going to only continue to get better at content creation, editing, drawing, writing, all of that. You're all just going to see peak coming up. So just stick around. God bless.